I'm here with Rocky today, and all right, good. Those markers. Okay, wanted to give a short mini lesson on the absolute value of integers this morning. Absolute value is an assignment that comes up on one of those single page assignments that I sent. And the absolute value of integers is something that you need to understand in order to understand how to add and subtract and work with integers maybe a little bit down the road. So if you're taking notes, remember the three most important words in the English language are write it down. So I hope you are taking some notes from the lessons that I'm giving. Absolute value is how far away an integer is from zero. So how far away an integer is from zero. So we show absolute value with these symbols here, these bars that are straight up and down. So if we were going to say what this is, this would be called the absolute value of -7. Or in other words, how far is -7 away from zero? So these bars mean the absolute value. So here's a couple of practice questions for us just to make sure that we're on the right track. We have example number 1 here, the absolute value of -5. So if we were to draw it with a picture, which we don't need to, but I'm going to help you see it. 0 is right there, and -5 would be -1, 2, 3, -4, and -5 is here. So this distance is 5 units, or 5 numbers away from 0. So really it's kind of like a distance. It doesn't matter whether it's on the negative side or the positive side, as you can see with the second example. The second example is the absolute value, remember that's what these bars mean, the absolute value of +8. So the absolute value of +8, or if it was just 8 without the positive sign, would be 8. And we could illustrate that with a number line. If 0 is here, this would be +1, +2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. +8 would be over here. And this distance to 0 is the absolute value of 8. Now here's an interesting situation. What if we have this here, the negative of the absolute value of 14? This one takes a little bit more thinking through. You need to start thinking through, what is the absolute value of -14? What is the absolute value of -14? Stop and think about that for a second. If you're thinking it's 14, you're correct. But whenever we see a negative sign here, I want you to think of that as being the opposite of. So think of this as saying the opposite of the absolute value of 14, -14. So if the absolute value of 14 is just 14, the opposite of that would be -14. So that would be our answer there. So I hope this one helps you out a little bit. Have a great day today. Keep working on those assignments. Remember, the quickest way to eat an elephant is 1 bite at a time. Plug away. Try to do 1 or 2 a day. That's it. And if you have any questions, make sure you email me or send me a message with your assignment on Google Classroom. Thanks. Have a good day.